Hello, welcome back to another reaction review video with me, Nina Schofield, singer-songwriter, vocal coach and session musician. And today we're going to be listening to Mariah Carey. Again, she has another new single out. We've already listened to Type Dangerous, which I loved. I love the feel of that song, so I'm really excited to listen to Sugar Sweet. This is another song taken from her upcoming album. We have a date now, so the album is coming out on the 26th of September. Super excited for that. But in the meantime, we get to listen to these singles as they are released. I don't know if there will be another one after this or if this will be it. Maybe there'll be one more, I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, Sugar Sweet, Mariah Carey, Shenseea, who is new to me, and Kehlani, who I know. So this is going to be a collaborative thing. Let me just look up a little bit about Shenseea. Is it Shenseea or Shenseea? She's a Jamaican dancehall singer-songwriter and dancer. Exciting. Oh, and she was on a Kanye West song in 2021 called Pure Souls. Okay, so new to me, but I love new music. I love discovering new singers as well. So thanks, Mariah. We've got some new stuff for me and a new song. Okay, so Sugar Sweet. Let's dive into all the detail, the same things that we usually do on this channel. What is happening in terms of vocal phrasing and breath control and lyrics and production, all the good stuff. I will be hosting the extended version of this reaction over on Patreon. I'll leave a link for that in the description box down below if you'd like to go and watch that, because YouTube blocks the extended things here. So yeah, this will be the highlights version if you're watching on YouTube. Okay, ready? Here we go, Sugar Sweet. Nice reverb.
Mariah, how you do? And there you are. Can't explain the rush that I feel. Open up the door.
Love the snare and the pattern that the snare is using at the moment.
I really like it all together for you.
Listen to that again.
Lips on me. I really like.
You can hear the recorded version of this. I always find this so interesting. So they recorded Then You Put Your Lips on Me. That take is a separate take from where she's got I Really Like, and then they've placed them together. What they've done is comped them together. So the best takes, you'll comp all the pieces together to create the final thing, which we get here. I always find that really interesting when you can hear that happening.
So me, I really like. I'm gonna take my time.
These are really simple but effective interval movements. It's just that minor third from the E flat 4 to the C4. Really like, but super catchy.
My nails have new perfume.
Woo! The bass under there.
But I know that I will absolutely get the ring.
Love the phrasing.
'Cause I will absolutely get the ring.
Love that phrasing, just that space. 'Cause I will absolutely get the ring. Love that space in the center there. The change here in tonality, the approach that Mariah's taking, it's that aspirate tone. Gorgeous, the way that bass came in here and kind of held it all together. Because if you think about the verses and how simplistic they were, the snare really was what was grabbing me, and the drum pattern, but also just those simple, very simple chords that we had keys wise. Okay, let's keep going.
No worry, no worry. Gonna use my expertise. I'ma keep it nice.
Listen to that again.
Gonna use my expertise.
The gonna, having that onset and then moving into, so it's more of a glottal onset and then moving into that aspirate tone at the top. Gorgeous.
I'ma keep it nice. I'ma keep it neat. Keep it sugar. I'ma keep it sweet.
Again, we're moving from that E flat, the E flat 4 to the C4. It has the passing note of the C sharp 4 in the middle, but super simple around that same area again.
I'ma keep it nice, nice. Sugar, sugar, sweet. Sugar, sugar.
You hear that bass? Dun, 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 dun. The way that comes in. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I like that.
Sweet. I hope that you don't mind. I'ma keep it nice, nice, neat, neat.
Can you hear all the harmonies, the layers, the double tracking?
Sugar, sugar, sweet, sweet.
And the ha. Wait.
I'ma keep it nice, nice. Sugar, sweet, sweet. You make me melt like candy. Only you can that kind of way.
Her vocal tone is gorgeous as well. Ladies with really silky tones all together on one song. amazing.
My baby come in handy.
I like that as well. That fourth movement up there.
When I wanna get away.
Wait.
When I wanna get away.
Okay, all these interval movements. That whole octave jump there, so cool.
So tell me what do you want tonight? It's like that, yo. I got
It's like that, yo. It's like that, yo. It's like better than that.
the spice and everything nice.
That's nice. Everything else. And what's interesting about that is the change in instrumentation. So everything comes out, and it's not as if they introduce the same instruments back in again when everything comes back in. It's different. So we have that bassy synth coming back in. It feels a little bit more like that bass is a supporting weight, and we take out a lot of the higher frequencies to focus on that bass. Apart from the vocal.
I'ma keep it sweet. I'ma keep it nice.
Okay. Love this.
Nice, me, sweet, nice.
Sugar. We've got all these little scattered vocals, which are great. I said harmonies before, but I really meant stacking of double tracking in that first chorus. I think I just expected there to be tons of harmonies, but actually there's lots of breathy vocals of the same lead line stacked against each other. Can you hear the synth line that's going on as well?
I'm gonna take my
That
time.
presence in the vocal here.
Can we keep it nice? I'ma keep it sweet. I got what you like, what you wanna be.
I love what they've done with her vocal here in terms of the delay. It just gives it that extra something. Ba, 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 ba. It's a very short delay, and so you get this dun, 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 going on with each vocal. Love that.
Let me get your knuckle chatting like a parakeet. I treat you right 'cause you deserve me. See?
Oh, I love that. Me, you deserve me. Love that. What happens with that delay is that it becomes an additional synth layer in a way, because the delay is happening so much and so often that it's just there rumbling under the surface in the production.
So sweet like a gizzard.
It's vocal layers. Okay, so the full vocal that Mariah's providing there from that C5 to the B flat 4, I like the changes that we have in terms of where she's choosing to place her vocal. She's very deliberate in where she has the aspirate tones, the breathier, the quieter vocals, and where she really gives it that something extra. So the dynamics are so vast within this one song. And now you can hear that da-da-dum, da-dum. This kind of thing going on, which I think is just a nice, I mean, it's not with the piano sound, it's with that very different sound, but it's nice having that as a very gentle layer underneath. A fade out. Sugar, 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 sweet, sweet. It's very catchy, very catchy. A very sweet song, and so different from Type Dangerous, which I think is good in a way, because it means that we know this album is going to have such a variety of songs. It's not going to be just all down one lane and us thinking, oh, this song's quite samey. No, I think this album's going to be very, very different, very varied, and full of different influences, and celebrating that, and I think that is exciting. So let me know your thoughts on this song. What do you think about this compared to Type Dangerous as well? Which one's your favourite? I think for me, Type Dangerous is still my favourite, but I can really appreciate Sugar Sweet as a catchy, fun song with some great elements on it. But I think there's something about Type Dangerous that, I don't know, the grittiness of that just draws me in a different way. So let me know if you agree with me and what you think of Sugar Sweet and what you're excited for on this record that's coming in September, not long to go. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Remember, the full version of this, if you're watching on YouTube, the full version will be available over on my Patreon page, and it really helps support the channel as well if you go and check that out. Okay, I will look forward to seeing you on another video very, very soon. Have a great rest of your day. Love ya.